So I says, yo, haha, it's all in the words.
Do 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 do. What's going on? Thank you for checking out this video. This is your boy Padre. Man, if you're watching this video, I hope you took the time to watch that video, my shout out video, because it was a shout out to a lot of people. You know what I mean? Folks that just left comments, subscribers, a couple of people that I had subscribed to. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of good shit. Plus, there's a lot of different things that I was talking about in between. Hope you go check that out. But anyway, with this video right here, man, check this. I was asleep earlier, and this is what happened. I was watching a video um on how to make what do you call it? Corned beef, corned beef, and and I think it was corned beef. I think it was a video on corned beef. Hold on, corn corned beef. Yeah, corned beef. Yeah, I was watching a video on how to make corned beef. It was I think the bearded butchers. But anyway, I ended up dozing off, and in my dream, I could still hear the guy going over how he makes corned beef. But I happened to be somewhere in the city, and I had to watch my back because I was in a place that I wasn't too familiar with. And then when my cousin came through, I was hollering at him. And I was letting him know what had taken place between me and this other dude, that I thought was, checking me out and shit. And how, I stood my ground and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it was like a parade that had started to, like a parade had happened, had begun. A parade had began. A parade had begun. I sound so ignorant. 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 Anyway, um, so here I am in the middle of this parade, and not in the middle of it, not like standing in the street, but I'm on the side, and the festivities is going on and things like that. This guy's still over here talking about corned beef and stuff, and next thing you know, I got a nice big ass chunk of corned beef in my hand, and I'm peeling little pieces off of it and munching on it and nibbling on it. Folks is walking by, and they're kind of looking at me like, this nigga strange. He's strange. You know what I'm saying? He don't got a he don't have a plate with that. He ain't got a fork with that. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? Just steal it off the grill or something? They're just looking at me like I'm odd. The odd man out. And I'm used to that because I usually am the odd man out doing something different than what other people do at the same event. But anyway, some beautiful chicks was there. Whole bunch of dudes was there. And finally it got to the point where we were coming to the end of it and everybody was, getting ready to go their own way. Everybody was going their own way. And folks were still walking by. And I offered them a piece of the corned beef, a piece of the brisket, basically. And so folks, was walking by and, they'll grab a piece and, look back and be like, you know what I'm saying? And thanks, good looking out, blah, 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 blah. And so, um, something about the guy that was cooking the bearded butcher or whatever, one of the guys that worked there, he had mentioned that he had Irish running through his veins, and that had went into my dream as well. And as I was waking up, that still stuck with me. So I sat back and I was like, man, I want to know if they really have any, if there really is, anything of like a Black Irish parade. I wonder if there's such a thing. And so, being fully awake, I typed in Black Irish. Bam. I typed in Black Irish. And this is the first video that I came across. The first Irish were black. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, is this Irishman gonna tell me some history? It's always cool to hear history from a Caucasian person when they're talking about black history. The reason why I'm saying it's cool when it seems like it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because for so long, when it comes down to the history of my people, you got a lot of other races and ethnicities and people in power that bury the truth so that the truth cannot be spoken about, cannot embarrass them in the future. And so that's why I say, is this Irishman going to, talk about some history of my people? You know what I'm saying? And he did. He was like, yo, his Irish, the first person, hold on, check it out. You check it out. Hey, within the first couple seconds, bam. I'll leave the link in the description box. And so it's only 3 minutes and 48 seconds long, but it is enough to make me feel good about something, about a piece of history that I just didn't know. So then I was like, yo, I wonder what else I could find out about some Black Irish shit. And of course, I'm still wondering about this parade, right? That's when I came across Black Irish Dancer. I was like, what the fuck is a Black Irish Dancer? And that's when I came across her, Morgan Bullock. Morgan Bullock has been. Morgan Bullock was a fan of Irish dancing and learned how to do it and did it so well that she went on to contests, to winning contests or coming in, first, second, or third. I mean, second, third, or fourth, or whatever, in contests and things like that. She just did very well. She's been a very successful dancer with this style of the Irish style of dancing, and she has been accepted within the Irish community. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, that's fucking wonderful. It is, because it's one of those things where, it's like Caucasian folks, people that are not brown have used all the creations that my people have created, and they've added and stole and all this other stuff and giving themselves the credit for it, right? And then we come along and we're given scraps, but we make the scraps better. We add our own thing to it, you know what I'm saying? And we make it better. All right? Now, I'm not saying that Morgan Bullock made Irish dancing better. I'm not. What I'm saying is that it's good to see someone else of my color bridge the gap between two cultures. Because she has said, at the most, if you go to a competition And if there's other brown folks there, it may be only 8 or 9 um other people of color. You know what I'm saying? Competing. Meaning, besides herself, there's only maybe 8 or 9 other brown dancers. So it's like, oh shit, that is what you call a minority right there, for real, for real. So anyway, um, she had a like Good Morning America did a piece on her, and that's the one that I saw right there. And then I seen another one, and then I wanted to see what was up on her page, so I ended up finding her page, and I was just like, whoa, man, it is beautiful. But then I came across this video right here, the All Up to You, and the video takes place in this field, in this surrounding. I'm not going. It's a field. It's a surrounding. It's an environment that I'm like, yo, where the fuck is she at, man? And at first, when I first seen it, I was like, she must have been raised up in some real privileged shit. And then my racism radar started blinking, and I was like, here I am being racist. You know what I'm saying? And brown folks, you know what I'm saying? I think every ethnicity, there's racism within every ethnicity, you know what I'm saying, between the same people. Same people of the same ethnicity. There's always racism there. And so my radar went off, and I was like, that's fucked up, B. That's fucked up, B. Why she gotta be all extra privileged just because, you know what I'm saying, she's shooting her video in that surrounding. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that if I could, I probably would raise my child in an environment somewhere near there. Because when I was younger, I had always wanted to have a backyard where, like at least 30 feet from the house, 40 feet from the house, there'd be a fresh water creek. You know what I'm saying? Right there behind the house. You know what I mean? And just walking distance. Not too far, you know what I'm saying? Like within 5 minutes from the house. You just go to this creek. You know what I'm saying? Get you some nice, good, fresh water. You ain't gotta worry about shit. So it's just one of those things where within the moments that all this is taking place within my life, watching the very first video about corned beef, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm trying to get educated because I love cooking. And then it goes into having a bomb ass dream, you know what I'm saying? A dream where people of my culture get together, have no problems, peaceful ass dream. I'm sharing something that I do very well, something that I love doing. I love sharing shit. You know what I'm saying? To waking up and finding more education, or finding something that educates me even more, tells me something that I didn't know, and that's, you know what I'm saying, about the kinsmen over in Ireland. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and watching more videos. It took me to the titles of I'm black, and I am a black Irish, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And just other videos of stories from people, brown folks in Ireland, that had been born there, and people will be like, where you from? And they're like, Ireland. And they're like, no way, you can't be. You're not red haired, you know what I'm saying, and blue eyed. And they're like, but I am. And then, there's folks that get mad at them because they don't talk about their African side of themselves. And most of the brown folks in Ireland, or the ones that I watched, was like they didn't know about their African side because they had been adopted. You know what I mean? And when they were born, it was, taboo for, mixed relationships. So it's one of those things where I'm like, man, I know brown folks in America, got fucked over pretty damn bad, and not being educated on what else is going on in the world, what I'm saying, had left me with a closed mind, and I love to be educated about some shit. So finding out that that racism is in other countries, what I mean, it's like it's fucked up, but it is what it is. Like I say, I know that there's racism between two of the same colored people. So there's obviously got to be racism between two people who are different colored. I mean, I'm not that dumb. So for me to make this video, I know I might lose some people and they'll be like, the fuck are you trying to get to? The fuck are you trying to say? Me posting this video right here is one, I'm an ordinary person. Like here it is. This is my major disclaimer. I'm not the smartest person, but I'm not the dumbest person. I have done some research on things, but there's a whole hell of a lot of research out there that I should and could be researching. The main thing that I want people to take from me, or the main thing I want people to do, if you're watching my videos, if you hear me talk about something, I want you to question every fucking thing that I'm saying. And I want you to go and research it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then I want you to form your own opinion. And the most important part about it is to share it with other people. And the reason why I want you to share it with other people is because you never know when someone could have been thinking the same thing that you're thinking, but they just don't have anybody to share it with. So with this video right here, I'm on quite a few topics. At least four different topics. Learning how to make corned beef out of brisket, brisket cuts. Wondering if there is such. I still haven't gotten the answer to if there's a Black Irish parade out there. I still haven't typed in those 3 words yet. And then there's the whole topic of sharing. You know what I'm saying? Sharing something. You know what I'm saying? Having an experience where you're sharing something with other people, even though they had looked at you like you were the weirdo. You know what I'm saying? You just out of what's the word I'm trying to say? It starts with a D, but out of yeah, just even though somebody looks down on you and things like that, you don't change who you are, and being who you are, if part of who you are is sharing, and you still do that, you never know the love that you're gonna get in return. And that's how that situation was. Even though folks was looking at me all weird and shit like that, by the time I woke up, you know what I mean, I had gotten the admiration back. You know what I mean? Folks was, hey, good looking, B. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, this some good beef, B. You know what I'm saying? Females was on my dick like, ooh, he cute. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because I'm looking dead in their faces and they're smiling, blushing, and whispering in each other's ears, and I'm seeing them mutter those words. I'm remembering my dream. I remember my dream. So those and then to come and try to find the research and to find a topic that I'm getting education on, you know what I'm saying? And then finding someone new in the world that has gone through a struggle and has overcome and are very good at what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? She found something that she liked, and she's very good at it now. You know what I'm saying? And she found something that she liked, she found something that she wanted to do, and she's very good at it. So it's like, I'm trying to share all this information with you, so then that way, if there is some interest in any of it, you can go straight to your computer and look it up. You know what I'm saying? This is day and age where we have all this technology right here in front of us majority of the day. It upsets me to know that people do not want to be educated. in any kind of way. I don't give a fuck. Education is education. If you didn't know something, you watched something, and you learned something, that's education. And in the most minimalist way, in the smallest of ways, that's education. You can go and tell somebody about that. You learned enough to where you can share it with somebody, so then that way they might be interested and want to go check it out themselves. I do not like ignorant people. And when I say ignorant people, I understand the ignorant, funny, ha ha. You know what I'm saying? But then you just got people that are just, they don't want shit. They don't want shit. They don't want to learn shit. And I'm just like, why? They so close-minded on shit. And I'm like, why? Why are you so close-minded? Why are you just like, why do you get to a certain point in your life and you don't want to further it anymore? Why are you just stuck, complacent? Well, I mean, it's just, it bothers the fuck out of me, and I don't like that shit. And I don't like those type of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of them things where I'm like, man, this video is very, very close to me. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of passion for this video because, you know, in my own personal life, I got to deal with it, dealing with people in my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where if I can help anybody, I don't care if they're a stranger or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm going to do whatever I can to help a person. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. Until they get into a place where they're really capable of helping themselves. Once they get, personally, when a person becomes an adult, fuck off. Period. You know what I'm saying? Kids, I have a lot more tolerance for, but when that kid puts himself in a position where, you know, in a grown person's position, I'm just like, get the fuck away from me then. There's no more kid in you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't already made your step into adulthood by the decisions that you make. So the fuck out there and be an adult. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm about to get off this video, and I'll leave Morgan's page in the descriptions, and that first video that I showed you, you know, about the Black Irish, I'll leave that in the description box as well. All right. Um, well, my voice has gotten hoarse. Yeah, there it is. There it is. It says, yes, I'm Irish. There's like 6 videos, 6 different people. And then, you know what I'm saying, as you scroll down and shit, you know, you find other things that are on the topic of, you know, being black and being in the Irish. So anyway, it's education, man. It's one of them things where, you know, I have taken those years to learn, you know, America's level of what they wanted me to learn through their fucking curriculum, through their school system, and that's been a fucking total waste, a whole total waste of my years being in America's school system. Fucking total waste. I think the only thing that I learned about, I think the only thing I learned from the shit they tried to teach me in school is that they lied to me. They didn't even want to tell me the whole stories of what they were trying to teach me. They only wanted me to learn an exaggerated amount of what was going on. So it's like, man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And they haven't changed their ways. Only now, they're just really saying, fuck it, we don't want y'all to be educated, and they're closing schools. You know what I'm saying? With this epidemic that came out, it was perfect for them because they're like, let's just stop education altogether. If you can't afford a motherfucking laptop, you know what I mean? Or some means of something like a laptop, then you just shit out of luck. Stay in the ghetto or stay in whatever environments that you're in and wake up every morning as ignorant as you can possibly be. It was fucked up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Homeschooling. How you gonna have homeschooling when the home is all fucked up. Kids are trying to get away from home. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get away from the home environment. Excuse me. Trying to get away from the home environment. Anyway, man, my passions, my emotions is spilling all over the place. So excuse me. Leave a comment. You know what I mean? Fucking do some research on some of the shit that I'm talking about. Share it with somebody else. Most definitely. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. And peace.
Give them prayer hands, say what's up America. Half of you should know me, right? Other half a replica. Shout out to my